Hello friends, welcome back to my session live intraday trading. I will explain you in short that how I made dollar 15K in Tesla and why there is need of taking partials at regular interval in day trading. So we will start with the, the trade which I took in Tesla. I will explain you. We'll start with the session. If you see here, it's just the second candle of the day in Tesla. Means after completing its first candle in the first 5 minute candle of the day, I just waited for the stock to come down a bit, and as it opened higher, it was opening with a gap. So according to my strategy, I just waited for the stock to come down a bit, and then I would be getting in it with my normal trading size. So I did the same thing. I did not do anything else. I just waited. If you could see here, I just waited for the first 5 minutes. Then I looked at this. It was a perfect situation that it did not break its low of the day. It was getting a bit of support over here. I went in it. I took positions in the trade over this candle. Then when I took the positions, it started trending according to my strategy. Means it started going long. But what happened next? When I took the trade in its third candle, it started coming down again. The 1 minute candle, this is 1 minute chart. If you are looking, the chart which you are looking at it is 1 minute chart. So it started coming down again. And if you see here, when it started coming down, I was not very much tensed with that because I was knowing that it could retest this support area once more. And once all the sellers are out of the game, then it would be very easy for Tesla to rise higher. And the same thing happened. In fact, I was thinking of adding more over this point, but I just missed that opportunity. So, stop loss for my uh, trade was, I think it was this point 432 or 33, something like that. My entry point was at 435, and my target was this around 440, but I got a bit more than that. I got something around $443 or something like that. So we'll see how it went for me. I am in with 4,000 shares. I'm still holding that. Started rising higher according to me. Getting ready to take my partials as it has hit my target area. It's 440. See, I'm taking my yeah. I've taken my partial exactly at 440. Means I'm not going to lose my trade today. And that's the importance of taking partials at regular interval. Wow, still trending higher. I'm already $19,920 up, $20,000, $21,000, still rising higher. I'll be covering some partial over here as it's overextended for me. I'm very much happy with what I'm getting, so I don't risk myself too much and I don't get greedy. I've got what I've achieved my target. I've hit my target area. In fact, I have got more than that. So I will be covering partials at any time. Took my partial of $1,000. Sorry, 1,000 shares. As you can see, I am writing profit. I'm writing it here. This is profit and loss. It's showing profit and loss of my trade. Getting ready to cover some more shares. If you see here, it hit 445 and then it started reversing back from there. I've covered 1000 more shares and just 1000 shares are left out of 4000. I had some hope that it might get a pullback and then it might rise higher, but it did not. I was very right that time. Partials taken by me was a very good decision from me. I tried to hold this 1000 shares for some long time. Let's see. This is 1 minute candle. It tried to rise higher. It failed. It's trying one more time. And I think it failed again. It did not cross 445. See, if you see here, it's rejecting from the highs. And the second candle formation is also a negative. So I've covered 500 more shares. And I've just left 500 shares for 500 shares behind for trading. And I'll be covering 300 out of this 500 at any moment if it comes under 439, 438, something like that. Or I could wait if it rises higher from here. Let's see what happens next. I've covered some 300 shares over this point, somewhere around here, I think so. Yeah, because it was coming down from here, it was rejecting from there at that particular moment. So it was better for me to take my positions out of the trade as I was already profiting a lot of I got a lot of profit from the trade, so there was no meaning in holding that. And it was also coming down with some volume that time as market was also rejecting from the highs. Market was in a lot of pressure. It was just trending higher and lower. It was just consolidating at that time. So still 200 shares are left behind for trading. I waited for much longer time for these 200 shares because I wanted to take a much more profit from these 200 shares because I thought it could just it's Tesla. It's obvious that whenever Tesla is trending, it can give you a lot of profit. Because I have a lot of experience with Tesla, so I tried getting much more profit than what I got from rest of my shares. So I was holding them for a bit longer time than my usual time period. My second trade was in, I think it was in NVDA. Yeah, this was very volatile trade for me. Af- After opening higher, yeah, it was NVIDIA. It came down with lot of momentum. It was just crashing. It was crashing with lot of momentum in the morning. So after I thought it was overextended, I thought going higher because it was not closing its gap at that moment, and it was trying to rise higher from the net at is what as it was already overextended at that moment. And looking at the 5 minute candle, it was showing some signs of reversal. So I thought it was a good opportunity for me, and I just got in with it. I took my normal size 4000 shares. It was I got a bit nervous because at one moment I thought that it's not going to break its 525 level because there were a lot of sellers there. And yeah, in this 1 minute chart it was clearly, you can see here, one, two, three, and this is the fourth time it's trying to break that this level. It would have gone, it would have just got much high, and we would have got a much better profit. And but if it fails here, it's a breakout level. If it fails here, a lot of sellers would have got in with it and would have started shorting the stock with a lot of momentum. It would have just crashed over this until this level. That's 514. As it was not easily breaking that level, I will just show you. I have marked this level. If you can just see this level 500. Yes, one more thing. If it is going to cross this level, I was pretty much sure that it's going to go high. But what happened? Let's see. I'll show you what happened next. I've shown you that you can add at 525 if you're already in with the trade, and if it is going to break 525, it's surely going to go higher from there. So you can add at this level. You must never add on a losing trade. In fact, you must add on a winning trade every time, and always you must add on a winning trade and never on a losing trade. So I was a bit confident with the trade. It's a Nvidia. I did add it at that moment. This I started with 3,000 shares and then I added 2,000 more shares at this level. I'll just show you how I did that. See, I'm not added yet. Still holding. It's still consolidating at that level. If you could see here, at somewhere around this, I have added. Yeah, it's 3,000, and I will be. I'm adding now. It's crossing 525, 530. Yeah, I'll be adding that. Yes, I just added at that particular moment when it crossed 525 level. And as I said earlier, as I was predicting a spike at that level, it did spike, but it didn't survive. It returned back from there. It retested that level, 525 level. It went higher from there, and then it retested and it pulled back again. It didn't survive that breakout. See, I marked the stop loss area, the breakout area for you people that you can understand how you should trade, how I trade without any indicator, just looking at the naked charts, and how it makes me so easy to trade when there are no indicators for me. Using indicator makes sometimes very make the things very complicated, so I never use them, and because they provide false signal, I usually avoid them, and I don't use any kind of indicator. I just use support and resistance level for my trading, and I just use my charts for my indication. uh, then what I can say you, as I also use market, that is SPY, S&P 500 as my indicator, and nothing else. Yeah, one more thing, fundamental for that particular day and not every day. These three things are very important for me, and depending on these three things, I decide my trade and I trade according to that only. So if you could see here, it did break from here, but it returned from the highs. It did not survive that. Then what happened? I waited, I was having patience. It did rise higher, 526.50. I was hoping for a bit long, but I was not successful in that trade. I was hoping something somewhere around 530 or more, but I did not got my target. And before getting to my target, I was thrown out of the trade. Retested its support area. This is the area which I am pointing out about. It went higher from there, 526.50. I've covered 1000 shares. I've taken already my 1000 share partial. I've left with 4000. I'll be covering it when it rises higher from there. It's rejecting from the highs, means there were a lot of sellers at that moment in that particular stock. They were just not letting the stock to go higher from there. See, when I took my partial, I will just show you on why did I took them. I still hold 4,000 after getting a pullback. It's still trying to rise higher. It's 590.27. Somewhere around here, I've taken my partial. I'm already $8,000 in profit. It's showing $8,000 profit. Yeah, I've covered 1,000 more shares. If you could see here, yeah, I've covered 1,000 shares at this moment. And I was trying to show you people that it's a rounding bottom kind of chart formation. It's very clear. Just just have a look at this. It's a rounding bottom pattern formation at this particular moment. And this formation is very strong formation for long and for short. If it is forming in any kind of scenario, it's a strong formation. But what happened next? There were sellers. This was the resistance area for the stock, and from there the stock started reversing from there. This was my new stop loss area. Means I will cover my profits if it come under this. Otherwise, I will hold my shares for a bit more longer. I've covered 1,000 more. Means I've left only 2,000 shares. Now what happened next? Let's see. It's not it did not break its high, and in fact it just bounced. It just got under that level. My new stop loss area was hit very hard with lot of momentum, so there was no waiting for me, but I have to come out of the of my trade whatever I have. And I waited, but I was not successful, but still I made my trade profitable as I took my partials earlier. I did not waited for I was not too stubborn to go for, or I was not too greedy to go for long, for holding that for long time and getting into losses. My strategy was working fantastically. It did save me from making it a loser. If I would not have covered 3,000 shares over this point, I would have lost this trade. But thank God that my strategy worked well, and taking partials at regular intervals helped me. And it also avoided that. It also, what else I could say you? I will also tell you one thing, that this is the rounding bottom formation. Just remember this. It's a beautiful kind of formation, and if it survives, you could get a big. When lot of traders, when pro traders see this kind of formation, they get in. Remember few things what I have taught you today, that you must take a partials at regular interval when you are trading. You must, if you like my way of trading, my way of doing trading, you could just follow my pages on TradingView, YouTube, Instagram. Thank you so much.